Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. And today is actually the first Monday in January 2025. So it's Monday, December the 6th, 2025. So Happy New Year. I hope you guys had a really nice Christmas and New Year's. We had so much fun on New Year's Eve. We went to church, which I don't normally do, but it was an amazing service. And then we came back and we had homemade tamales that someone had given me. And then we played Ruby Cube. It was fun. We stayed up or at least two of us stayed up and watched the ball drop. So anyway, I'm ready for 2025. I'm glad we've turned the corner and we're off to a great start. So today I'm going to be showing you two Valentines. Remember last week I showed you the Fun Fold pop-up Valentine card. So watch the video from last week if you didn't get a chance to see it, because it's fun. There's a little bit of cutting that goes along with it, but once you get it cut, it goes together so easily. And this first one has a little bit of cutting too, but it's not that big of a deal. So let me get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to get my cardstock. And let's see, I can find a place to put it. My little goodies. Okay, so we're just gonna score, this is Melon Mambo. We're gonna score it in half. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. Once it is scored, it's 8.5 by 5.5. Okay, so put a really good score on it. Okay, now I've already cut these pieces. I'm gonna give you the measurements for them. Okay, so simple, it's 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. You're going to do that 3 times. And then you're going to cut, now I'm using pink, so we're going to cut 3 pieces of pink that are 1 inch by 5 inches. And then we just have to put them together and put them onto the card. So let's get, okay, so this just takes a minute to get them kind of centered. And I'm not even trying to put them in the right place. And by that, I mean, I didn't pay attention to which piece was next to which piece, because it just kind of goes together. So it isn't really obvious which piece goes with which piece next to each piece. So I decided I'm just not going to worry about it. Okay, and our third piece. And then initially when I was cutting the pieces for this, I was using a much lighter piece of the DSP. And after I got it cut, I decided I didn't like it because it didn't have enough color. I wonder what I did with those. There they are. I'm just going to show them to you. It's not that they're not pretty, but they have a lot more white in them. And I wanted something a little bit bolder, so I decided to recut them and get pieces that are a little bit darker. Okay, so now, how do I get them onto the card? Well, I'm going to try putting the one on the left first. Just kind of, you know, about the right place. Then we'll try putting the one on the right. And then hopefully the one in the middle will just line up. That's the hope. And we're hoping that they'll be straight. So again, this takes a minute to cut it out, but then it's actually really easy. And it's just a little bit different. Oh, okay. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Then I cut 2 of the hearts. Did I show you the inside? Okay, so the bundle comes with lots of hearts. So I used the biggest one for the front, and I just cut out 2 of the biggest one. And then inside I'm going to put one of these little tiny guys. But look at all the other hearts. There are a lot of hearts to work with. Okay, so I cut out 2, and on this one, all right, let me find my Melon Mambo pad. The Love You is so nice and big. It's just perfect. All right, so we're gonna use Melon Mambo, put Love You think that's going to be about, yep, looks good. Okay, and I think that's the only stamping I'm doing. Okay, so we'll put that away. So then this is going to go on to here, offset, I guess about like that. And then I'm going to get dimensionals to adhere this onto the card because it gives it a little bit of depth and it just looks really pretty. Okay, see if I can find my trash. That way I don't have to move these things more than, I don't have to pick them up and move them again. Oops, come on people, out you go. All right, there we go, here we go. Okay, then we're just gonna put this on at an angle. Of course, you could put yours on straight if you want to. And then, now I have not figured out any brilliant way to work with these. So I'm just pulling them off and sticking them on. And by that, I mean, you know, I don't think it really works well to use the take a pick. All right, so we've got 1, 2. You just kind of have to pick these up with your fingers. Fingernails, I should say. And put them on. It's not hard to do. It's just that you can't use your take a pick very easily. Okay, I think that's good. Did I use medium? Are there mediums? You know what? I didn't even realize that there are large ones, medium ones, and small ones. I thought it was just large and small. So I think I put 3 mediums on there. Oh well, it's okay. It's still pretty. All right, then on the inside, oh, I am going to do more stamping. Okay. Okay, so we'll put our 5 1/4 by 4 cardstock inside, and I do need my pink pad again because I'm going to put Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And then I'm going to put this little pink heart down in the corner. Let's see which way is which. I think the last time I did the heart the other way. So whatever floats your boat is just fine. But isn't that pretty? It's simple, interesting. I think it's pretty interesting. So just kind of fun. Okay, so that's our first Valentine. And then the second Valentine, I'm going to feature the red based, what is it called? Marbled Elegance. And it really is marbled elegance. Now, I've made this style of card before, quite a few times, but I'm going to use the style again because I just think it's so pretty with this Valentine. I just want to rub the Melon Mambo off of these a little bit since I'm using the same stamps. I have this rag I keep. We probably all have a rag, right? And I could wash those, but I don't think I really need to. Okay, so this time we're starting with real red, which has been folded in half. And then if you've seen my other videos, you've seen this, but so I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to explain. Okay, so what you want is 2 halves that are going to overlap like this. And in order to get them, what you do is you have 2 pieces of DSP that are cut this size. It has to be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, the full size of the front of a card. And the first time you cut it, you cut from left to right, and that's going to give you 2 left pieces. And then the second time you cut, you're going to cut right to left, and that's going to give you 2 right pieces. So once you cut those 2 pieces of DSP, you're going to have enough for 2 cards. Now, if that doesn't make sense, go back and find my video. Yeah, but it's just really simple. Just take 2 pieces of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, cut from left to right on the first one, right to left on the second one, and then you're ready to go. You've got enough DSP for 2 cards. And then what I did is I took Well, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put this inside. Get it out of the way. Okay. There we go. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so I used the painted texture embossing folder, and I had one big piece that I used, that I embossed the full piece, and then I cut it in half. So not only do you have enough DSP to make 2 cards, you have 2 of these also. So that's the first piece I'm going to put on. And you're going to make it snuggle right up to the top. You want to cover up the red. Okay. Then I'm going to take, I mean, you can go left or right first. It doesn't matter. I just usually put the left piece on first, but it really doesn't make any difference what you put on first. Okay, so here we go. Here's the left to right piece. Nice. Okay, now the second, it just makes an interesting card. It's fun and just gets you away from the anything. It just makes a unique looking card. So I guess I don't need to say more than that. Okay, ta-da! Isn't that pretty? It's just interesting and beautiful. Okay, then I'm using the Spotlight on Nature dies, and the first one I'm going to use is Real Red, and I am just putting it flat onto the card like this. Okay, then my next layer is another Spotlight on Nature, and just a reminder, when you cut this out right here, you really need to make sure you take a piece of wax paper like this and wad it up, and on the back of the die you're just going to go like this. And then these little tiny pieces are just simply going to pop out. If you don't do that, you're going to end up using your Take-A-Pick and punching out quite a few of these. Okay, this is going to go on with dimensionals. It always is fun to add dimensionals because it gives a little bit of height and depth to the card. And again, these are landing, thank you, right into my wastebasket. One more. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're just going to put our gold piece on. This is kind of a glitzy card. Okay, then our center piece is going to have the really pretty love you on it again, which I wiped off. It probably would have been fine if I had just stamped it in the red because red is more dominant than pink, but I wiped it off. Okay, so love you. Ooh, nice. Oh, wow. It's so pretty. Okay, so let's put that on. And again, oh, sigh, look what I did. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's ink on my pad. Ooh, that makes me very unhappy. So let me go cut another one of those real quickly. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about that, having ink on my pad. So, all right, fortunately I have some white right here. I can cut out another one. Well, things like this happen, right? I guess, oh, and I wanted to show you too, when you take paper out of this particular die, it's easier if you just run your thumb around it like this because it comes out more easily. All right, let's try this again. Love you. There we go. And this time, I'm just going to turn it upside down right here, even though it's not going to be easy. All right, let me get a new one of these. So much easier when you do it on the pad. Let me get a pad. I'm going to get a different pad. So, okay, that was a learning curve for me. So every once in a while, I guess you need to stop and clean your pad. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna throw that one away. Okay, here's the love you. And I just took my Stampin' Blends and colored some rhinestones red. Now these are already dry. So I'm just going to take my Take-A-Pick. And I think on this one I used 2 bigs and a small. I'm not sure. I think I might just use 3 mediums and see what happens. Is that a large? Oh, maybe it's large. Yep, there's 3 large ones. Okay, well, we're just going to have 3 large ones. Are they straight? Relatively. Okay, and then inside, once again, we will stamp Happy Valentine's Day in red this time. And I'm going to put another pretty red heart. This is, again, from Hearts of Elegance Bundle. And there we go. So we have a red card and we have a pink Valentine's card. And I would be really happy to get either one of them. So if you are enjoying my videos, please subscribe. Use the button below. And if you want to reach out to me with a question, you can always email me at sandystamper@earthlink.net. Just don't put an A in Stamper because somebody had already taken that. So I went, okay, fine. Be that way. I'll use Sandy Stamper without an A. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.